Time for picking up stitches for the neck. Start on the right side facing you, either in the middle of the back or near the shoulder seam. Don't worry if this seems a bit challenging, I will guide you through each step. Insert the needle into the center of the stitch on the row below the cast-off edge in a V shape. Wrap the new yarn around the needle and complete the stitch by pulling the yarn through, just like you would for a normal stitch. This step may seem intimidating, but with a little patience and practice you will be a pro in no time. Make sure to take your time and pay close attention to where you are picking up the stitches to ensure a clean and even finish. We need to cast on an even number of stitches. Once you've got the hang of it, you will be one step closer to completing your beautiful Halcyon sweater. If you find it difficult to pick up stitches using a needle because your cast-off edge is too tight as mine, you may want to try using a crochet hook instead. The process is similar, but you will need to transfer the stitches from the hook to the needle as you go. Give it a go and see if it works better for you. Once you have picked up an even number of stitches, it's time to work on the 1x1 rib for 5 rounds. To do this, simply knit 1 through the back loop and purl 1 through the front loop to create a twisted rib pattern, and repeat this pattern until you reach the end of the round. If you prefer a regular rib stitch, simply knit and purl through the front loop. It's a good idea to add a marker at the beginning of the round. I've just finished knitting 5 rounds of ribbing and I'm ready to the last knitting step, casting off. I would definitely encourage you to not skip this step, picking up stitches for neck, and give it a try to add a polished finish to your sweater and feel a sense of pride in taking on this challenge. Cast off loosely to ensure a comfortable fit. After casting off all the stitches, cut the yarn and leave a tail long enough to weave in. To give your sweater a neat finish, you can use either a tapestry needle or a crochet hook. Don't be afraid to experiment and find a method that works best for you. When it comes to weaving in the ends, I like to improvise and weave them through any stitches that look loose or need securing. Now it's time to take the finished sweater to the next level. I will guide you through the process of washing and blocking your sweater to achieve the perfect fit and shape. Blocking sets the size and even out stitches of a finished knitted garment through hand washing and steaming. Get 2 towels ready, one to squeeze out excess water before drying and the other to dry the sweater. For cotton yarn, I use a universal detergent. For wool or other types of yarn, a gentle one is preferred. Fill a sink with lukewarm water and add a small amount of detergent. Submerge the garment and let it soak for a few minutes. Carefully rinse it with clean water. After rinsing, gently squeeze out the excess water from the garment. Wrap it in a dry towel and gently press down to absorb excess water. Just a quick note, I washed the sweater before knitting the neck, but remember to wash your completed sweater at the end of the knitting process to achieve the best results. Alright, it's time to transfer the sweater on a fresh towel and lay it flat to dry. Take care to shape it into the desired size and dimensions. This is a crucial step to achieving the perfect fit and look of your sweater. Remember to be patient while waiting for your knitted garment to dry, because it may take 1 or even 2 days. So sit back, relax, and avoid checking on it too often. After your sweater has fully dried, place it on a towel on a flat surface. Carefully smooth out any wrinkles or folds. This step is important to achieve the desired shape after steaming. Check the recommended temperature indicated on the yarn label instructions. Fill your steam iron with water and set it accordingly. Hold the steam iron above the garment, keeping it about a few centimeters or inches away to avoid damaging the fibers. You can gently try to iron the knitted fabric if the yarn allows it. Use your hands to shape and stretch the fabric as needed while the steam is still hot, but please be careful and protect your fingers from the steam. Once you are happy with the shape, let the garment cool down completely before moving it. You have created something beautiful with your own hands. But what if after blocking you find that it's too long or too short? Don't worry, you can still make adjustments. Here is how to fix the length of your sweater. First, open the seam under the sleeves and separate them from the armhole. Then, unravel the neck and open the shoulder seams. If your sweater is too short, unravel the cast-off row and the previous row with the purl stitches. To slip the stitches back onto the needle, start to unravel the last row and slowly slip stitch by stitch back onto the needle. You may lose the yarn over, but that's okay. If you made a mistake, just unravel that row and try again on the next row. Once you have all stitches back on the needle, add the desired length and work the last 2 rows as you did for the back piece. If your sweater is too long, simply unravel until the desired length and then slip the stitches back onto the needle. Again, work the last 2 rows as you did for the back piece. Once you have adjusted the length of the sweater, pick up stitches and knit the neck. Then, sew the sleeves to the body to complete the garment. To adjust the length of sleeves, start by opening the seam under the sleeves. If the sleeves are too short, unravel until the first row before the ribbing and slip the stitches back onto the needle. Add the desired length and ribbing as you did for the sleeve. If the sleeves are too long, simply unravel until the desired length and then slip stitches back onto the needle. And add the ribbing as you did for the sleeve. Keep in mind that these adjustments should be made after blocking and at the end of the knitting process. This will help you to achieve accurate measurements and a perfect fit for your finished garment. So don't worry if your sweater or sleeves turn out too long or too short, because with these simple fixes you can still create a beautiful piece. Congrats on finishing your beautiful lace sweater. It's a stunning piece of work that you can wear with pride. And now you know, knitting can be a therapeutic and rewarding process, and I hope this tutorial has shown you how enjoyable it can be to create something intricate and special with your own hands. If you found this tutorial helpful, please show your support by giving it a thumbs up, because your positive feedback means the world to me and motivate me to create more tutorials to help you on your knitting journey. Remember that knitting is an art that takes time and patience to master. So don't worry if it takes a few tries to get it right. Keep practicing, learning, and creating. Thank you for joining me in this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. Happy knitting!